Hello my dear friendsitas, how's your life? Today we're going to create this stunning animation, rainy animation. Wow, just look at that. And we're going to do all of this using only Photoshop. We're going to add the clouds, we're going to change the colors to make them violet, we're going to add these halos. It's going to be beautiful. And in case you wonder why I have this thing on my head, is because my hair is too long, it's falling on my eyes and I need to put something here to hold it. And before we go to the tutorial, let me just remind you that if you go to learnfromfred.com, on this website you can find all of my premium Photoshop and After Effects classes where I teach you how to create some 3D line stuff, how to create animated artworks, what type of cool unique art ideas you can implement in your works, and so much more. You can access over 30 premium classes for just $5 for your first month, or you can buy them separately. You will get over 300 videos, over 60 professional projects, also my full support, so you can just message me, I will answer your questions, or we can also have a Skype call in case you really need my help. With that said, let's go into Photoshop. So I'm just gonna go and click create new, and I need to create the project first, and I'm just gonna go width 1000, height 1250, resolution 300. Make sure you have pixels here selected, make sure this is RGB colors, and let's click create. And also make sure you don't have this artboard selected here, okay? Very important. So I'm gonna start by importing the images. So first I need this image here, and you can find all the images and all the materials that we're going to use in the link below. So let me just make it bigger, and of course in order to follow this tutorial you need to have at least basic Photoshop knowledge. And I want to make them be in the middle, so I kind of need to move it a little bit like that. The clouds are going to be here, maybe a little bit more, so they're in the middle. Boom, this looks fantastic. Let's click OK. And first thing I want to do, I want to delete this background layer. It's always there and it's so stupid, no one needs it, okay? It's useless. Now let's go to filter and camera raw filter. I want to start by editing the colors of this beautiful image. And if you're not familiar with camera raw filter, it basically helps you to dramatically change the colors. I'm not going to explain you how this works, but you can download, again with the link below, you can download the color filter that will apply to this image and just load the filter. Or if you're familiar with this tool, you can also just change the colors on your own. So I will just go here, and if you have older version of camera raw filter, you will see a settings icon instead of 3 dots, and then I'm just gonna click load settings. I'm gonna load these colors XMP, and boom, voila, look at these beautiful colors, so magnificent. And let's just click OK now. Boom. Next step is to import our beautiful clouds. Let's see, where are they? Okay, so this is the image that I'm going to use, and let me just important it into Photoshop. And yeah, this is fine. Let's just click that's it, OK button. What I want to do now is I'm gonna go here, click right button, and choose object selection tool, or you can also use quick selection, up to you. I'm gonna use object selection tool, and in case your Photoshop is really old, then you will not have this tool, so you will have to use quick selection tool. And with object selection tool, make sure sample layers is selected. This tool helps us to automatically select anything. So basically if I just boom do that and let's wait, voila, as you can see it automatically selected the clouds. That's why I use it. It's so simple. Once I did that, I want to go to select and mask. So here I want to make the edges of our selection a little bit smaller. So basically I'm gonna go to shift edge and I'm gonna make this -100, and as you can see it shifted a bit. Let's click OK now. Let's go again to select and mask, and I'm gonna shift it again, so again -100, and let's click OK. The reason I did that is now I will go and create a mask, and now when I have the mask I need to make the edges of this cloud softer, and I shifted the edges a little bit closer to the center so that when I make them softer I don't see anything outside the cloud. So you will understand what I mean. So now when we have this, let's go to properties. Okay, and once you go to properties you will see here mask options. Make sure the mask is selected, not the image but the mask, very important. Go to properties panel, and again if you have older version of Photoshop your properties icon is going to look different. And here I have feather, and I'm just going to increase the feather. I'm going to make it let's say 7, and voila, as you can see now we have the clouds and they are really soft, and that's exactly what we wanted. Now let's select move tool and let's move it a little bit up like that. Now I need to change their colors, so I will select the image, I will go to image, adjustment and color balance. Wow. And this tool helps us to balance the colors. So anyway, we're just going to change the colors. As you can see, it's bluish. I want to make it reddish. And first of all, start with this. I'm gonna make this 21, and I'm gonna make this minus 71, and I'm gonna make this minus 44. And as you can see, what we did is we added a little bit of reddish. We got rid of cyan colors. We added a little bit of magenta instead of greens, and here we added more yellow colors instead of blue. And as you can see, now it's reddish. If I turn the preview off and on, big difference. Let's click OK. And now it matches our scene much better, because our scene is usually violet, pinky, and the same are the clouds. Let's go to File and not forget to save this, otherwise Photoshop will crash and then I will go and jump out of the window. This happens so often. I mean, I'm gonna call this kissing pair tutorial, and the reason it's kissing pair because they're kind of kissing, almost pretty close. We code them just in the right moment. So next step is to add the halos. If you wonder what halos I'm talking about these halos here. And how long is this tutorial? Okay, it's still fine. Okay, let's go here, click right button and choose ellipse tool. And before we continue, make sure you have your shape selected. Let's go to fill and click here so we don't have any fill color. Let's go to stroke and click on yellow, so we have yellow stroke. And let's make sure this the width of our borders is 5 pixels. And also you have here new layer selected, and if everything is fine, let's go here and create an ellipse. And I'm gonna go do something very thin, I would say, like that. Boom. And once we have it, I want to transform it. So again, you can go to edit, transform, free transform path, sorry. And once you will have these options here, and I can just rotate this, and I'm gonna put it here like that. Boom. Let's make this a little bit bigger. I want to put it on his eyes. Also, I want to disable the link between width and height so that I can move this freely. Boom, a little bit smaller, and voila. Let's click OK now. So this is good, and let's create a copy of this now, and just select the ellipse, go to layer and duplicate layer, click OK. And again, let's go to edit, transform path. And please don't tell me about, oh, you could use this hotkey there, you could use this hotkey there. I know, okay? The reason why I'm not using hotkeys is because I want to make sure that even people who are just starting out with Photoshop, they understand whatever is going on, okay? Because hotkeys can be difficult for beginners. So I'm gonna move this to the left, and I will rotate this. And boom, I'm gonna bring it here. So basically on her eye. And let's click that sweet OK button. Yes. So now when we have this, what I want to do is, first of all, I want to click right button, and actually now let's go to layer, let's go to smart object and convert to smart object, and let's do the same to the other ellipse. Again, layer, smart object, and convert to smart object. And as you can see, now we have here different icons, which means that these are now smart objects. Let's start with the first one. Let's turn this off for now. Let's create a mask. Okay, and now what I want to do is I want to delete this part of the ellipse. So I want to show this part where the one which is on his head, and the one which is behind his head, we need to hide it, of course. Make sure you own the mask, make sure you have black color selected here, and let's start deleting this, and let's make my brush a little bit smaller. Voila, and boom, 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 boom. Boom. So now let's turn this on, and let's create a mask here. So basically for the second ellipse, and again I'm gonna go here, and I will start getting rid of this part of the ellipse here using a mask. Voila. Now when we add it, I need to add some glow to it, that it glows like an angel halo. So let's go here to empty place, and let's click that button here. And you will not see this menu fully, but on the very top you will find blending options, okay? And if I click here, I will see here layer styles, and here I want outer glow. And once I enable it, as you can see, we have here a little bit of glow. So a few things we need to do. I need to make opacity 100%. I need to change the color to yellow, so basically make this yellow. You can just copy this color code if you want to. Let's click OK. And now I want to increase size and also spread a little bit. Yeah, this looks good. Let's click OK. Let's do the same to the second halo. So again, let's go here, click right button, and again go to blending options. And now if I just turn on auto glow, it's going to automatically apply all the previous settings. So you just need to click sweet OK button. Voila! How easy was that? And now finally, wow! Let's just go to file and save this. Finally, we're at the place where we'll have to animate this. It's going to be very simple. And the way we will do this is, again, you will have to download the rainy animation video. And let me find this. It's here. This is a video. As you can see, it's not even rain. It's some kind of other yellow thing, but it will work. So it's going to look like a really, really beautiful rain. So, and let's basically go to the very top, all ellipse, and let's go here and import this to Photoshop. The reason why I clicked on the very top ellipse is because whenever you import stuff in Photoshop, it imports after the selected layer. So as you can see, because I had this ellipse selected, it imported this video after the ellipse. Make sure the link is clicked, so basically the width and height are getting changed together. So if I now make this smaller, boom, this is good. And this should be fine. Let's put it here like that. Let's click OK. So now, in order to delete the black colors and only have the yellow colors, we're going to use overlay methods. So for example, let's go to normal and let's go here, lighten, I'm gonna use linear dodge. As you can see, it looks really nice. We see all this beautiful golden rains. And let's create mask and let's select brush tool. What I want to do now is I want to delete the rain from some parts. So basically I want to have it only straightly like inside the clouds basically. So make sure you have hardness at 0%, and now let's just start deleting this. Boom, 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 this all goes away. And here I just need to make it look a little bit random, you know. Boom, this is good. Here's the same thing, it needs to be random, so basically like that. I don't want it here. Good. And also a little bit here. So now what I want to do is I want to have some rain here as well to give it some, you know, dimensions, so that we have some rain in the front, we also have some rain in the background. Like this, it will look more realistic. So I'm just gonna go here, layer, and duplicate the rain layer. And once I have it duplicated, I'm just gonna move it down here. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go to edit and free transform, and I will make this a little bit smaller, not too much, just a bit, to have some more raindrops here as well. Yes, this is fine. Let's click OK. Now let's go to this mask. Let's select brush tool, and now we can go and delete this rain basically from everywhere else. We want to have this rain only inside this place and maybe a little bit here. So basically what I will do is I will get rid of the rain on the hands here as well. Boom, 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 and here. Let's see. Okay, this should be fine. I don't think we have it anywhere else. So now again, if I turn this off, as you can see, we have this rain only here, which is good, and then we have the other rain only in the front, and now we turn both of them on. So now the question is, okay, but how are we going to animate this? I mean, first of all, this is already a video. We just need to play this video in Photoshop. In order to play this video, let's go to Window and let's go to Timeline. And as you can see, we have here this panel open. I'm just gonna make it a little bit bigger. Timeline helps us to create animations in Photoshop, and here I'm just gonna click Create Video Timeline. And once I click it, Photoshop is going to take all of these layers and it's going to put them on our timeline. So for example, okay, don't teach me how to, okay, I know how to do stuff. Photoshop is trying to teach me how to do things. So what we see here, first of all, we see here all the layers that we have here exactly, you know, the rain layers, ellipse, and so on. And if I just scroll down, we will see the image and everything else. And as you can see, we have here time. So basically 0500F means 5 seconds, then we have 10 seconds, 15, 20, and so on. So this is basically how long is going to be our video. And if you look, the rain video is really long, it's over 55 seconds, while everything else is only 5 seconds, so the ellipse and all of the other stuff. And the thing is that we will need to have only 5-second video, because for example, if I upload this to Instagram and it's only like 5 seconds, it's just going to loop automatically anyway, so it's going to be fine. In fact, you can make it 3 seconds, because you need to have at least 3-second video in order to upload it to Instagram, and the Instagram is going to loop it. We will actually go for 5. Just why not? So how I will do that is, first of all, I have to go here and I will have to make this smaller. Hello, if I just go here to this edge, I will see this icon and I can just move this and make it small. Okay, here, perfect. It's getting smaller, it's just a little bit slow, and again, depending on the power of your laptop, it's going to be really slow or really fast. So again, I'm just gonna move this here as well. Boom. Let's go down to see if everything is 5 seconds. So as you can see, everything else is also 5 seconds long. And now, for example, what we see here, we see this blue arrow. This basically helps us to play our video. Let's go here to settings first, make sure resolution is 25%, so that otherwise Photoshop is going to be really slow. And let's just play it. As you can see, we have the rain animated. And right now we cannot see it smoothly, again because Photoshop is not an animation tool, and if I would have done it in After Effects, we would see the preview really smoothly. But don't worry about that, because when we export this as a video, it's going to be fine, so it's going to be really smooth. And we have everything ready to go, I would say. Let's just go to File and save this. And voila, let's now go to File, Export and Render Video. So before we render it, I want to tell you that actually there are so many other features that you can do on Timeline, like so many cool techniques and animation styles that you can create using Timeline. If you want to explore them, on my website learnfromfred.com, if you go into animations section, you will see different cool classes that I have for animations. For example, this one is specifically for Photoshop animations. Photoshop animation, bring your images alive and animate anything. You can go and check it out, and it's going to teach you how you can literally bring your images and artworks alive. So let's go to Photoshop and let's name our video. I'm just going to name it Kissing Pair Tutorial. Select folder. Let's do desktop, select folder. And Adobe Media Encoder, this should be H264, high quality, and just make sure all of your settings are exactly like mine. And once you have it, let's just click render, and now we'll have to wait. And again, depending on your power, not your power, but the power of your PC or laptop, is going to be really fast or really slow. I'm just going to speed up this process. Boom! It's done! So let's go and finally see our animation. Wow! So before I look at that, let's go here and I'm gonna just click repeat so that it loops. So let's look at this. First of all, as you can see, it's not perfect. I did miss a few things. So we see here some rain, which we obviously don't need. So I probably forgot to delete it using mask. And you can just do this on your own if you want to. And secondly, as you can see, it's really fast. So it's like it's literally destroying their face. It's that fast. So if you want to make this slower, I can show you how to do it. So first of all, let me just close this. And actually, I want to fix this a bit. So I will go to my rain and I will use brush tool. Make sure you're on the mask. And I will delete the rain from this part. Basically, I don't need it here. Let's go to this rain and also make sure we don't have any rain here as well, and it should be fine now. So now in order to decrease the speed, basically, let's say we want to make it twice slower, because that was like really fast. What we need to do is, if you look here on the video, as you can see, we have here a smart object icon. That means that if I double click on this video, just let's go actually here and let's double click, boom. Once I double click, I'm going to have a separate window opened, and here if you look, I have a video icon, which means now I'm actually looking at the video. And then now if I go to this layer, I'm gonna click that button here, and as you can see, we have here speed, and I'm just gonna make speed 50%. Boom, and now it needs to be twice slower. So once I did that, make sure to go to File and Save. As you can see, it's saving, and once it's saved, we can actually go back to our original project, and now it's going to be twice slower. Let's check this out. Let's go to Filter, Export, and Render Video again. And now I'm just gonna do again this is going to be number 2, and let's click Render, and let's wait again. My dear friend, see this. Boom, and it's done. Let's go to video number 2, and let's see. So as you can see, now it's twice slower, and if you want to make it even slower, you can go and do it on your own. That's it for me, my dear friends. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial and it showed you lots of cool things. Make sure to check out my other cool tutorials as well, because I always try to create something new and amazing, something you have never seen. And again, check my classes where I teach stuff that you will not find on YouTube. See you guys. Love you. I know you love me too. Bye bye.